Bitcoin crashed thousands of dollars in hours, and the blame might be on a trade war you never saw coming. If you hold cryptocurrencies or are thinking about investing, what I'm about to reveal in the next few minutes could completely change your strategy. In recent days, the crypto market went into panic mode. Bitcoin, which was flirting with all-time highs, suffered a brutal drop that caught even experienced investors by surprise. But here's what mainstream media isn't telling you. This crash didn't happen in a vacuum. There's a massive geopolitical game happening between the United States and China, and Bitcoin is right in the crossfire. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of the latest news about cryptocurrencies, economics, and the behind-the-scenes of financial markets, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. This really helps me continue bringing this content to you. Let's get straight to the point. In the last 48 hours, Bitcoin dropped more than $7,000. Investors worldwide watched their portfolios melt in a matter of hours. But what caused such an abrupt fall? The answer lies in Washington and Beijing. Donald Trump, who recently returned to the presidential race with full force, intensified his rhetoric against China. He promised even more aggressive tariffs on Chinese products if elected again. We're talking about tariffs that could reach 60% in some sectors. This is no joke. It's a declaration of economic war. China obviously didn't stay quiet. Beijing responded with threats of retaliation, including possible restrictions on rare earth exports, essential components for technology, and even measures against American companies operating on Chinese territory. But here's the twist that few people are noticing. China is also using Bitcoin as a geopolitical weapon. Let me explain how this works. China holds one of the largest Bitcoin reserves in the world. I'm not talking about individual investors. I'm talking about the Chinese government, which has confiscated thousands of Bitcoins over the years through operations against organized crime and money laundering. When tension with the United States increases, China has the power to dump these Bitcoins on the market, causing massive selling pressure that crashes prices. And why would they do this? Simple. Bitcoin is seen by many Americans as an alternative store of value to the dollar. It's a way to protect wealth against inflation and economic instability. If China can destabilize Bitcoin, it weakens this alternative and forces American investors back to traditional assets, where the Chinese government can exert more influence through its reserves in US Treasury bonds. It's four-dimensional chess, and Bitcoin is one of the most important pieces on the board. But there's more. Trump has a complicated relationship with cryptocurrencies. During his first term, he called Bitcoin a scam and said he preferred a strong dollar. But recently, his position changed. He started accepting campaign donations in crypto and even suggested that the United States should embrace blockchain technology. This shift in stance isn't random. Trump realized that millions of Americans, especially young voters, are crypto investors. He wants that vote. But at the same time, his aggressive rhetoric against China creates market volatility, and Bitcoin always suffers when there's geopolitical uncertainty. Now let's talk about what this means for you, the investor. First, understand that Bitcoin is not just a financial asset. It's a geopolitical asset. Major world powers are using cryptocurrencies as tools in their disputes for power. When Trump and China fight, Bitcoin bleeds. This won't change anytime soon. Second, this volatility creates opportunities. Yes, you read that right. While beginner investors panic and sell at a loss, experienced investors are buying the dip. Bitcoin's history shows that after sharp drops caused by external events, the price tends to recover and even surpass previous highs. Of course, there's no guarantee, but the pattern is consistent. Third crucial point, diversification is more important than ever. If you have all your money in Bitcoin or any other crypto, you're overexposed. The trade war between the United States and China could drag on for years. Each new chapter will bring volatility. You need to be prepared. Consider having part of your portfolio in assets that benefit from instability, like gold, or in stablecoins that maintain value pegged to the dollar. And always keep an emergency reserve outside the crypto market. Now, looking ahead, what can we expect? If Trump wins the election and actually implements the tariffs he promised, we're going to see more turbulence. China will retaliate, and Bitcoin will continue to be used as a pawn in this game. On the other hand, If tensions decrease or if there's some kind of trade agreement, we could see a strong recovery. The problem is that nobody knows when or if this will happen. What we do know is that the crypto market is maturing. Major financial institutions are entering more and more. Bitcoin ETFs are being approved. The infrastructure is improving. This means that, in the long term, there are reasons for optimism. But in the short term, hold tight because it's going to be a roller coaster. The Trump versus China dispute isn't just about tariffs and trade. It's about who will dominate the global economy in the coming decades. And Bitcoin, whether you like it or not, is at the center of this battle. Every political move in Washington or Beijing can cause massive waves in the crypto market. You need to stay informed, you need to understand the risks, and you need to have a clear strategy. One last thing before wrapping up. Don't make decisions based on emotion. I know that seeing your investment drop is distressing, but emotional decisions are the ones that destroy wealth the most. Have a plan, follow your plan, and don't let fear or greed control your actions. The market will recover, it always recovers. The question is whether you'll be there when it happens or if you'll have sold at the bottom. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep receiving in-depth analysis about the cryptocurrency market, subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and share with your investor friends. This really helps the channel grow and motivates me to bring more quality content to you. Tell me in the comments, are you buying this dip or waiting for more? Let's debate down below. Until the next video, and remember, knowledge is power, especially in the financial market.